Mark had been waiting for this moment for years, the chance to explore the vast network of underground chambers that lay beneath Mammoth Cave. He had always been drawn to the mystery of the cave system, and as a seasoned explorer, he was confident that he could navigate its twisting tunnels and hidden passages. As he gathered his gear and supplies, Mark couldn't help but feel a sense of excitement and anticipation. He had convinced a group of friends to join him on the expedition, and they were all eager to uncover the secrets of the cave. The group set out early in the morning, their headlamps casting eerie shadows on the walls of the cave. The air was cool and damp, and the sound of their footsteps echoed through the tunnels. For the first few hours, everything went smoothly. They explored vast chambers filled with stalactites and stalagmites, marveling at the beauty of the natural formations. But as they ventured deeper into the cave, they began to feel a sense of unease. The walls seemed to be closing in on them, and the darkness was suffocating. The group pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets of the cave. But then, disaster struck. One of the members of the group, a young woman named Jenna, became trapped in a narrow passageway. She had tried to squeeze through a tight space between two boulders, but had become wedged in place. Despite their best efforts, the group couldn't free her, and the panic began to set in. Mark tried to remain calm as he assessed the situation. Jenna was clearly in pain, and her breathing was becoming labored. They needed to get her out of there, and fast. But the passageway was too narrow for anyone to crawl through. They would need to find another way to reach her. Mark and a few of the others set out to explore a nearby chamber, hoping to find a way to reach Jenna from the other side. As they made their way through the darkness, they could hear strange sounds echoing through the cave. It was as if something was moving in the shadows, watching them. Mark tried to shake off the feeling of dread that was creeping up on him, but he couldn't help but feel that they were not alone in the cave. Hours passed, and the group began to lose hope. They were running out of food and water, and the rescue team they had called seemed to be taking an eternity to arrive. And then, they heard it, a low, guttural growl that seemed to come from deep within the cave. The group was paralyzed with fear as the growling grew louder and closer. And then, suddenly, the creature revealed itself. It was a massive, hulking beast with glowing eyes and razor-sharp teeth. The group was trapped, with no means of escape. The creature was unlike anything Mark had ever seen before. It was covered in thick fur and had massive claws that glinted in the dim light of the cave. It snarled at the group, baring its teeth in a terrifying display of aggression. Mark tried to remain calm as he assessed the situation. The creature seemed to be blocking the only exit from the chamber, which meant that they were trapped. They would need to find another way out if they hoped to survive. As they huddled together in the darkness, Mark and the others could hear the creature moving around outside the chamber. It was as if it was toying with them, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Days turned into weeks, and the group remained trapped in the depths of Mammoth Cave. They had no food or water left, and the creature continued to torment them. It would howl and growl outside the chamber, making it nearly impossible for the group to get any rest or sleep. Mark knew that they were running out of time. They needed to find a way to escape the creature's grasp and make it back to the surface. But as the days wore on, their strength began to wane. They were exhausted, dehydrated, and terrified. One night, as the creature prowled outside the chamber, Mark had an idea. He had noticed a small crevice in the wall of the chamber that he thought might lead to another tunnel. It was a risky plan, but they had no other options. Gathering their remaining strength, Mark and the others squeezed through the crevice and began crawling through the narrow tunnel. It was a treacherous journey, with jagged rocks and steep drops threatening to send them tumbling into the abyss. But finally, after what felt like hours, they emerged into a larger chamber. The creature was nowhere in sight, and Mark knew that they had a chance to escape. With renewed energy, the group set out to explore the chamber, hoping to find a way out. And then, finally, they saw it, a glimmer of light in the distance. It was the entrance to the cave, and freedom was within their reach. With a burst of adrenaline, the group raced towards the exit, their hearts pounding with anticipation. And then, suddenly, they were free. The sunlight was blinding after so long in the darkness, and Mark and the others fell to the ground in tears. They were rescued by the park rangers and taken to the hospital for treatment. Jenna was badly injured, but she would recover. The group would never forget their harrowing experience in Mammoth Cave, and Mark would never again underestimate the power of the unknown. As the days turned into weeks, and the weeks turned into months, Mark found himself drawn back to the cave. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was something more to discover in the depths of Mammoth Cave. And he knew that, One day, he would return to explore its mysteries once again. But this time, he would be better prepared for the horrors that lay within.